I've got to repair this chipped veneer on here, and I've cut some veneer here out of pine. This piece is made out of pine, so I'm going to replace it out of veneer, and I'll show you how I made this piece. All I simply did was get a piece of pine with featherboard, ran it through there, and cut a thin strip. And after I cut the thin strip, I put it through the drum sander, and I got it to the thickness that I wanted. If you don't have a drum sander, you can do this with a belt sander, you know, handheld belt sander, and get it down, or you can plane it down. So, but I've got one, so that's how I did it. Now I'm going to show you how I cut this out and inlay this. I've looked at the grain. You can see the grain pattern in here. Just right there at the very bottom is all I need. And the grain that doesn't match up, I will draw in with a pen, and I'll get the grain right, and I'll match it. I'll camouflage the seam. So let me show you how I cut that. I'm going to use this part of the grain here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to line up. Say I need to come out kind of wide. I'm going to leave this a little bit wide because I got to cut that. So I'm going to mark it how wide I need to go with the piece, and I'm going to bring it up to how high I need to bring it up. So it'll be about here. So let me use my finger gauge. And it goes about right here. So this piece, this piece here, it's going to be cut out. So I'm going to mark it. And I'm just going to draw on here about the size that I need. So that's about the size that I need for filling in this piece. So all I'm going to do is use a razor and a straight edge. This is just a card scraper. It needs to be sharpened anyway, so it's not going to really hurt anything if I cut this. So I'm just going to cut with a razor. Cut that piece off. And just cut it out. I'm going a little bit large on my line. The patch will be a little bit bigger than we need it, probably, which is okay. Cut this. Oop, not all the way through yet. There we go. Nope, not all the way through. Just need a little patch. Now this stuff is a little bit bigger than I need. I mean, a little bit thicker. That's okay. We'll make it the right size in a minute. Oh, there we go. Okay. And we want to make sure these sides are flat. I had the knife the wrong way, and I put a bevel to it. We don't want a bevel. We want it perfectly, exactly flat. So I got to clean that up. In this instance, I'm just going to use a piece of sandpaper adhered to glass just to make that flat. So all I've done is got some blue tape, and I put it down on the piece that needs to be fixed. I just drew an outline with my pencil, kind of give me a reference of where I'm going. And on the patch, I put a little piece of tape also. This is cut a little bit larger, and the reason why is I can use this area as the glue spot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply some super glue. I didn't mean to put that much down, onto the blue tape. And for lack of having a tool available, I'll just use this to kind of spread it around. I put way too much on there, but that's okay. Okay, then I'm going to get this piece here. And I'm gonna put the activator on this. Actually, I'll put a little activator on both of them. It's not going to damage the part. We're good. Now, since I drew it through the outline, I know where to put this piece, and I'm going to super glue this piece down with that activator. That just speeds up the drying time. Give that a second to dry. Now all I have to do is come back with my razor blade, cut through the patch, and the first layer of veneer, and then this patch will be exactly the size it needs to be to go in there. So that's how we're going to do this. I don't know if that's dry enough. Maybe I didn't put enough activate on it. Okay, we should be able to cut that. We should be good. We should be good. So since I've got this patch relatively straight, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to cut, just like you're inlaying a bow tie. I'm just going to cut the veneer instead of cutting the veneer and the patch. Let's do it inlay like we do a bow tie. We'll just cut this bad part out. Light pass first time. First couple times real super light, and you can apply a little bit heavier pressure as you cut through the veneer. Okay, I can hear it. I'm good on that. Went all the way through. You can kind of hear it and feel it. Do the same thing with this. I want to stay. I'm acting like I'm undercutting my patch. Just light scores, and then slowly go a little bit heavier pressure once you get a line going. Here we go. We'll take this off and I'll show you the result. There we go. Now we just want to take the bad part of this veneer out. Nice and easy. See, we went to my razor line. Just like that. Side. Just be patient. There we go. Get all the old glue off. Clean up the surface. And get this corner. Looks like I got it pretty decent in that corner. Remove the tape. Don't want to break the patch. Don't want to change it in any way. Looks like I got glue on the back of that thing too. Took blue tape off. I got glue on the back of my patch. I got to get that off because this has got to fit flat into that spot. We got to put it back on exactly the way it came off. So don't lose your orientation of which way it goes. There we go. And this should fit exactly into that spot right there. So that's the orientation that it goes in. We're going to glue that in, clamp it, and then I'll show you how we're going to take this down to the same level because it's a little bit sticking proud of the surface. So let's glue that in. I'll show you what we're going to do. It's good. Patch. I'm going to do the same thing with this one over here. Okay. Got this little baby clamp. I'm just going to clamp this in, and this one will be done. Now, as I'm going to clamp this thing, I'm going to push it forward a little bit to make sure it's seated in the front. Make sure that it's all the way up there. I'm just scooting it front to the front mark. We'll let that dry, and then we'll take that down, and I'll do this other one. So this will be a good repair on that little piece of veneer. Okay, I let that glue dry. I'm gonna fix this one in a minute. just wanted to get this one done. So I'm just coming across with this very small little hand plane and taking it down to the level of the surface here. Just feeling of it. A little bit more. There we go. You be careful not to gouge the cabinet. And take this down right to the level. And that glue squeeze up that we have, I'm going to take that down too. Okay. So I just took that down. It's level with the surface now. And all I do is come back and I undercut it with my razor blade. Got to do it from this side though. I'm right-handed. So I'll just come back, cut this excess off, nice and easy. I'm going to use my low angle plane to get the end grain here. And you can see the patch. There we go. Now that patch should work just perfect. You see that? I'll just come with sandpaper and I'll get the hard curve off that, the hard corner off that, and I'll just fix this one same way. So that's the patch. No gaps or anything in that. All right, both of the repairs are done. It looks a little dirty because I got T20 and made sure everything was flush, and it is. It's perfect after I did it with the small planer, and I came back with my low angle and then barely trimmed that off, and that's it. So this repair is finished. I have some stuff on the other side to do. I have to strip all this up. It's not being stripped yet. I'm doing the door now. This side is almost done. This side still has paint and stuff on it, but that's the first coat on that. But I wanted to finish this up real quick because it was finished drying. So that's how to do the veneer repair. I've got two more, I think, on the other side, or maybe this was the two I had to do. I did that one big one on the other side. I can't remember what's on the bottom of the other side, but I'll fix those too. But that'll we'll blend those in with some Mohawk products. It'll be good to go.